Yo, good evening. Oh, I got an hour, 45 minutes left in my drive, and I figured I'd come on here, get something out, get something off my get something off my chest real quick. You know what I mean? Now, for those of you who normally watch my channel, my normal supporters, this is going to be a little bit outside of the realm of what I usually go over on my channel, but you know, it is what it is. I planned, well, I actually did start another channel that I wanted to focus on this type of topic, but for whatever reason, I can't even get videos uploaded, and it's just, anyway, it doesn't matter, man. I want to talk about this, and I want to put it out there because it is what it is, and I'm just flabbergasted, okay, by what I have been seeing since Devin Haney whooped on Regis Prograis. Now, Regis Prograis and Devin Haney fought on December 9th. And Devin Haney whiz-ass-upped the ass of Regis Prograis. I mean, he beat the record for the least punches landed in a championship fight. Okay? Like, it was a master class. And Devin Haney is Devin Haney is a beast, man. Devin Haney is a beast. And so if you guys follow boxing like I follow boxing, I am a boxing enthusiast, okay? And if you follow boxing like I follow boxing, you know that Devin Haney came up to 140 from 135, where 135 had some great fighters in it. Had Gervonte Davis, Shakur had just come to 135, right before Devin Haney fought Lomachenko. Lomachenko was Devin Haney's last fight at 135, and Gervonte Davis. This was a great year for boxing. Gervonte Davis fought Ryan Garcia. I mean, it could have been a better matchup, but it is what it is. Gervonte Davis is a beast. And, for years, Devin Haney has been trying to fight Gervonte Davis. He's been trying to get the big fights at 135. It just never came to fruition, okay? Some people will tell you because Gervonte Davis didn't want to fight him, and some other people will tell you that it's because Devin Haney didn't really want to fight, and he only called out Tank Davis when he had a fight and all this, that, and the third. But at the end of the day, from the history that I know, Devin Haney has been trying to fight Gervonte Davis for years, and it just won't happen, right? And then you'll have Gervonte Davis calling him out in certain instances. He's on Gervonte Davis's hit list and all this, that, and the third. And, it's been a lot of shit going around. They have had quite a rivalry. And then there's a whole controversy about their sparring match, right? They sparred multiple times at the Mayweather gym, and there was a controversy behind whether or not Devin Haney got the best of him, but actually Gervonte Davis almost knocked him out, and Adrian Broner had to go in the ring and stop it. Adrian Broner said it himself that Devin Haney was out on his feet, but after he recovered, he was getting the best of Gervonte Davis. Now look, Devin Haney was 17. Gervonte was, I think, 25 or something like that, thereabout. So 4 year difference. So that would make that would have made Gervonte like 21 or 22. But let's fast forward to after December 9th, where Devin Haney was whooping on Regis Prograis. And what does this have to do with Boxing Ego? Well, Boxing Ego is a boxing channel, right? This guy, he calls himself Boxing Ego. He says he's the best in the business, is 90 close, all this, that, and third. I actually enjoyed watching Boxing Ego do his work, right? He's very knowledgeable in the sport of boxing. he has a lot of great news. Like he drops a lot of, he scoops a lot, you know what I'm saying? Because he does have sources, you know what I'm saying, with certain camps and, you know, all this, that, and the third. And he's been in the game for a minute. And he has always, to me, been impartial. Like, he's always been like, you know, just, he give the news the way he get the news. And like, no sides, no, there doesn't seem to be any bias. There's objective commentating, objective opinions, his thoughts. And he always puts his videos together well, you know, great production, way better than mine, of course. But, you know, anyway, then for some reason, right, after David Haney beat Regis Prograis, something seemed to shift on his channel, right? And this started after people started saying certain things about Devin Haney and that fight, right? Now, before Devin Haney went to 140, everybody called Devin Haney pillow-fisted. Everybody said he was chinny. He didn't have a chin. He weak-chinned. You know what I'm saying? And I actually did a video on Devin Haney months ago and related him to Dimitri Bivol. But listen, Devin Haney was always weight drained going down to 135 after a certain point. He spent his whole career at 135, and he's a growing young man. So at some point, he couldn't do it no more. He couldn't do it no more. He doesn't have the frame of a Gervonte Davis where, you know, he's smaller in stature and can put on weight. And, you know, he's different. And so he had to jeopardize his health multiple times to get down to 135. And this, I believe, and I've always believed, affected maybe his punching power and his punch resistance, right? Punch resistance has to do with how much damage you can take from getting punched, right? And, you know, you don't really want to get punched, but if you're in there in the ring, you're going 12 rounds, and you're in the upper echelons of the rankings in that division, you're going to get hit. Yeah, you don't want to get hit a lot, but you're going to get hit, and you have to be able to resist that, right? What happens when you drain yourself, right? So this happens in every competitive sport where you have to weigh in at a certain amount, right? Where there's a weight class and you have to be dead on nuts accurate with that weight. You have to be at that weight or less. People, this is part of the game. This is part of the game. It's part of the fight business. Anything where there's a weight class, you have to lose weight in order to motherfucking to fight, right? For the fight to be legitimate, for whatever you fighting for, and if there's belts on the line, well, if you miss weight, you ain't getting that belt, right? You dropping the belts or whatever the case may be. You relinquish shit. You assed out. And so when you dehydrate, you have to dehydrate. You got to lose water weight. You got to lose, you know, some fat is going to go, of course, water weight, and that's why you kind of go into a keto diet, right? You cut the carbs down. You take in more fat and maybe, you know, a little bit more protein to try and maintain the muscle, right? So you're not catabolic. And so, but you're still losing that water, and the water's getting drained from your muscle. Your glycogen stores are going to go away, right? You're going to lose glycogen, you're going to lose water, and a lot of the fluid in your brain is made up of water. So guess what? You don't have the fluid in your brain to protect your brain from impact in the skull, with the skull, right? And so, yes, if you're drained, you're not going to have as much fluid in your brain, and that could lower your punch resistance. Basically, make it easier for you to get knocked out. But that's neither here nor there, because Devin Haney has never been knocked out. He's never been knocked down. Yes, he got wobbled a few times, but since when was that? Since when was that a thing about that made you chinny, that made you weak-chinned because you got wobbled? Usually, if you're weak-chinned, you just get tapped in the jaw, you drop it, right? But that's, you know, people have their opinions on that. But anyway, the bottom line is this. There was some questions because Devin Haney had to weigh in at 140 instead of 135. That 5-pound difference is a big deal in terms of your own health, right? Like what your genetic set point is. If you're 5 pounds below your genetic set point, that can make a big deal. So Devin Haney's genetic set point might be 140 before he is in the stage where he's drained, where he has lower energy, testosterone might crash. Everybody has a genetic set point in weight, body fat percentage, how much weight you can gain, how much weight you can lose before it becomes detrimental to your health. So that's a genetic set point. Like if you're cutting so much weight that you're always starving, you ain't got no energy, you upset all the time, you have gone below your genetic set point. Anyway, Devin, after the weigh-in, the day of the fight, weighed.
Please reduce speed.
Allegedly weighed, according to California Boxing Commission, right? 165 pounds. So he basically gained 25 pounds in one day. And everybody made a big deal about that. But this is what happens. People, Regis Prograis gained 19 pounds or something like that. It's a 7 pound, 6 pound difference, right? Regis Prograis gained over 10 pounds. So everybody made a big deal about Devin Haney gaining 25 pounds. And, you know, there were accusations thrown around because he's working with Snack. And, you know, Gervonte Davis brought up Snack and said, oh, didn't they get popped before and all this, that, and the third, Conti and all this, that. Shit is just irrelevant, right? Because Devin Haney been working with Snack for years and never been accused of juicing, right? Terrence Crawford is now working with Snack. But anyway, there was this big deal about the weight gain. And then Boxing Ego did a video about the weight gain. And it seemed like he understood that it's easy to gain 25 pounds in one day when you have drained yourself of water, right? Now, if you lose 25 pounds of muscle, or if you lose 10 or 12 pounds of muscle, it's way harder to get that back. But if it's water, glycogen, you can easily gain that back. Anyway. But it seemed like he was kind of focusing on what Gervonte Tank Davis was implying about Snack. And it didn't seem like I said, the way he talked about the was as though he understood it, but like he understood that, yeah, you can gain weight, but 25 pounds is kind of up there, right? So there was a little, to me, this is my opinion, there seemed to be a little innuendo in what he was talking about in regards to weight gain. So I'm like, oh, whatever, it is what it is. Maybe, you know what I'm saying? Maybe whatever. Maybe he doesn't know that much about it. But I felt like because of the knowledge I know he does have, I felt that I'm kind of thinking that he does know better. Like, yeah, you can easily gain 25 pounds. Many boxers have done it. And so that was that, right? That was that. I was like, okay, I'm gonna let that roll. You know, it is what it is. He's just reporting the numbers. But then the whole thing with Snack came. So it was a separate video, actually. It wasn't a video. He wasn't talking about necessarily Snack in the video, because the video about the 25 pound weight gain came before the video about the Snack and Gervonte Tank Davis's accusations about Snack, right? And so I knew a little bit about the history of Snack, and I knew there was a lot of things surrounding that. But anyway, he reported on Gervonte Tank Davis, insinuating that basically Devin Haney was juicing with Snack. Like Snack was giving him performance enhancing drugs to basically do better in the fight. But, you know, because of course he said, oh, we need to get Snack out of boxing, this, that, that. I have never heard Gervonte Tank Davis say we need to get Snack out of boxing. Even when he was fighting Mario Barrios, that was not an issue for Gervonte Davis, in my mind, because Mario Barrios is a snack athlete, but that's neither here nor there. Well, actually, that is here or there. That's a very important factor. But when he did the video, when Boxing Ego covered the snack accusations, that's when I noticed. I was like, what the what's going on here? Because at that point, you're reporting that Gervonte Davis is calling out snack, right? And again, I know Boxing Ego knows. Maybe I'm giving him too much credit. I don't know, but I believe he knows the history of snack. I believe he knows Terrence Crawford is a snack athlete. I believe he knows Mario Barrios is a snack athlete. I believe he knows Devin Haney is one of the most tested fighters in boxing. I'm sure he knows these things. I'm sure he knows Victor Conte and all these guys and all that. That was years ago. They paid their debt to society. They're now working with the doping agencies to basically make sure that doping stays out of contact sports and other sports. But here's the thing, though. If those guys with snack are working with these doping agencies, these anti-doping agencies, and you're going to accuse and you're going to have suspicions of snack, then you also have to have the same suspicions for the doping agencies, right? Because the doping agencies are working with these guys, you know what I'm saying? So that's what I would think. But hey, I mean, it doesn't have to be that way, I guess. You're just picking and choosing who you want to call out, I guess. But I was kind of like, yo, wait. Why are you not giving the full information on snack? Why aren't you talking about everything that's surrounding snack? Why are you just reporting what Gervonte Davis is reporting about snack? And you're not really like saying, well, you know, snack athletes, there are numerous snack athletes that don't have anything to do with doping and all this other shit, that no one is accused. He didn't say anything about anyway. That was when I said, wait. Because I'm not used to Boxing Ego being that goddamn biased. But listen, I'm like, okay, all right, that's a little weird. Then there's another video, and the next video that had me like, yo, really, was when he was talking about the numbers, the pay-per-view numbers. All right, the way he reported the pay-per-view numbers from Leonard Ellaby was kind of like reporting it as kind of like fact because Leonard Ellaby said it, and people were on his head about just believing Leonard Ellaby because he said it, right? And then he did a video about what's that guy's name? Bob Arum.
Reduce speed.
He did a video about Bob Arum saying that the numbers were disappointing. And I'm like, wait, because when you look at the video, you look at the video title, you look at the thumbnail, it's like, oh, well, maybe Bob Arum actually has actual numbers. And maybe Boxing Ego is going to report the numbers because he put confirmed in there. You know how they get slick with these clickbait. They'll say confirmed and then there'll be a question mark and an exclamation mark. So it's kind of ambiguous. And so I'm checking it out. And I'm like, wait, confirmed, huh? Okay. So then it's just Bob Arum talking about, oh, it was disappointing because of Christmas and this, that, and the third. And, people, it doesn't have anything to do with necessarily Devin Haney's market value and this and that. I'm like, where's the confirmation? Where's the proof? You're presenting this as fact. And I'm like, well, these aren't facts. These are, to me, it sounds like Bob Arum is speculating about what the numbers are, because how would he know? How would Bob Arum know? Bob Arum is not with Matchroom. He's not with the Zone. He does not have any dealings business-wise with Devin Haney. So I'm like, why are we? What are we talking about here? What are we talking about? Why are we rolling with this? It's Bob Arum. Bob Arum is with a, an opposite promoter. He's like a rival with his own, right? Like they don't work together or whatever. And I'm like, why are we just rolling with what Bob Arum is saying? And that's what he said. Since when do we trust Bob Arum? We know that dealing with Terrence Crawford, that Bob Arum is not to be trusted, because Bob Arum is the one that said that Bud Crawford, he can't make no money with Bud Crawford. I can't make no money with Bud. I can't make no money with Terrence. I'd make more money doing this, that, and third. But you don't promote Terrence Crawford properly. Anyway, I'm like, why are we trusting Bob Arum? And so you want to take that was enough for Boxing Ego to believe that the pay-per-view numbers for the Devin Haney versus Regis Prograis fight was 50,000. Okay? And I'm like, this doesn't make any sense, bro. It doesn't make any sense. You're presenting this as factual proof when it's not. You're just saying, oh, well, first Leonard Ellaby said it, and so now Bob Arum is saying it. What you got to say now? I'm like, that's not. What? So? Leonard Ellaby, first of all, Leonard Ellaby don't like fucking Eddie Hearn, right? Eddie Hearn is with Matchroom. Eddie Hearn deals with the Zone. Devin Haney and Regis Prograis fought under the Zone, and Eddie Hearn was all up and through the promotion of that fight. So, where did Leonard Ellaby get those numbers? Right? And so, I'm like, all right, I see what's going on here. I see what's going on here. And so, what does this do? What does this do for Boxing Ego? Who I thought had a little more, I don't want to insult the brother, because I think, and this is why I'm asking if he's shilling, because I know this man got more common sense than what he's presenting in these videos. Because we're trying to figure out, is Gervonte Tank Davis going to take a fight? Is he going to fight Devin Haney now? Because Devin Haney got a buzz. Devin Haney did an excellent job at 140. He has some power. He ate a motherfucking left hand from Regis Prograis in the 9th round and took it like a champ. You know what I'm saying? Like, he showed that, hey, this motherfucker, hey, he got some goods other than just boxing skill, right? He's showing power. He's showing resilience. He's showing punch resistance, even though he didn't get punched a lot. But he's showing us something that we've never seen before in this young man against a southpaw. He is boxing's artificial intelligence. You know how artificial intelligence adapts and changes according to what it's gone through before, right? It learns and it adapts and it changes so that it can meet that obstacle that's similar to the one that caught it off guard before, and just he's very adaptable. So we know, okay, now everybody in their goddamn right mind that loves boxing wants to see Devin Haney and Gervonte Davis get in that ring and bang it out. So we're asking, okay, look, can y'all fight? But what do all these other people do, right? These Devin Haney haters, right? And I hate using that term, Devin Haney haters, because it makes it sound like I'm in Camp Haney, and I'm not, right? I am in Camp Good Fight. And I like Tank Davis, and I like motherfucking Devin Haney. I like their styles. Like, Gervonte Davis is one of the best boxer punchers ever to do it. And Devin Haney is a great boxer, right? A better boxer than Gervonte Davis is, but he doesn't have the power Gervonte Davis has. But now we see that he has enough power to be a threat. And so we want to see that shit, right? But what are people doing? Oh, well, look at the boxing numbers. Look, oh, the pay-per-view numbers. Oh, Tank Davis is the A side and this, that, and the third. And that's not even up for debate. That's not up for contention. And Boxing Ego is doing that same shit. Oh, and all these thumbnails and like all this shit. Tank Davis is the A side. He sets the rules. He sets the this and that and the third. And I'm like, come on, bruh. Come on, bruh. That's not the point. The point is not whether or not Gervonte Tank Davis is the A side. Is he willing to fight Devin Haney? Because Devin Haney is willing to fight Gervonte Tank Davis. Yeah. Oh, well, Devin said he's not going back down to 135 and blah, blah. All right. So he said, so what? So what? So Devin is afraid, or now we're supposed to believe that Tank Davis is afraid of somebody who weighed 5 pounds more than them on the day of the weigh-in, when he can gain weight and the other motherfucker can gain weight just like they can both gain weight. They can both, you know, like, we're supposed to believe that's supposed to be a thing. There's a 5 pound weight difference on the day of the weigh-in. And then both motherfuckers gonna gain weight. That's just how it works. You know what I'm saying? Oh, well, Tank Davis says he's not going back to 140. So what? So what? All right, so then why not just say, no, I don't want to fight you, bro. No, I'm not going to 140. You said you're not coming down to 135. You said no catch weights, no fight. So if you're not going to fight, just say so. But no, what is Tank doing? He's oh, you got a little, your name got a little buzz right now. That's why I'm responding. Oh yeah, don't do this. And saying everything but let's fight, and no, I don't want to fight. Say either one, right? So that's what people are talking about. Like, why is Tank acting like he can't answer the fucking question? And then, oh, you don't know who to call. You know who to call. Like, this, and Boxing Ego is in this camp where all he's talking about is the A side. Oh, well, Gervonte Tank Davis did 1.3 million buys and then 250 and 350. So what? All right, so what? Okay, Tank is the A side. Will they fight? Will he fight or not? And then Devin said he'll take the same deal that Ryan Garcia took. All right, we'll call his bluff. Wasn't there a rehydration clause in that contract? Wasn't there a catch weight? Okay, we'll call him, see if he motherfucking, okay, present him with the shits. Present him with the terms. Or say you don't want to fight. That's, I mean, you're in the boxing game, bro. You're a boxing legend. You're a boxing star. You're a legend in the making. This is part of the game. And so, Boxing Ego's feeding in this. I'm like, this shit sounds like some motherfucking bias to me, because none of this shit makes sense boxing-wise. None of this shit. No one gives a fuck. No one who really wants to. If you want to see that fight, you don't give a shit about Devin Haney's pay-per-view buys against Regis. You don't give a fuck about that. And neither should Gervonte Tank Davis. Neither should Boxing Ego. Why? Because no one Gervonte Davis has ever fought ever in his fucking boxing career sold one pay-per-view before they fought him. Nobody. Not Ryan Garcia, not Pitbull Cruz, not motherfucking Rolly Romero, not Mario Barrios. But guess what? He was more than willing to fight them motherfuckers. There was no one had to say anything about pay-per-view buys. No one had to question. No one had to say anything about this and that, weight gain and this and that, and no one had to question anything. No one had to call into question their boxing value, their market value. Are you kidding me? The only one that had any real market value was Ryan Garcia, but that was because of his Instagram and his YouTube shit he had going on. Yeah, he had a built-in following. greatly benefited Gervonte Davis when he fought him. But did Ryan Garcia go on to have another pay-per-view fight after that? No. His last fight was not pay-per-view. It was free TV. Free TV. Did Pitbull go on to fight another pay-per-view fight? No. He went on to be in the undercard of a fight, and he looked terrible. Horrible. Did Mario Barrios fight another pay-per-view, headlining as a motherfucking headliner, the main event? No. None of these motherfuckers that he fought had done a pay-per-view by before or after as a main event. They just, if they happen to be on a pay-per-view fight, it's because they're on the fucking undercard. That don't fucking count. We're not paying to see that. We're paying to see the main event. But the bottom line is become clear to me that Boxing Eagle has picked a side. Not the side of wanting to see a great fight, but the side of saving the face of Tank Davis. Saving him from looking like he's ducking Devin Haney. He's more focused on making it look like Tank ain't no duck than wanting to see the fight. And when I mention this to other YouTube boxing channels that I respect, that were calling out people for doing the very same fucking thing that Boxing Eagle is doing, and I say Boxing Eagle is doing that, they get, oh, well, he just want to see. I don't understand this shit. 7A Sports TV called me a bitch ass nigga because I asked him, what do you think about Boxing Eagle seeming biased and, you know, not explaining the whole situation with Snack and blah, blah, blah. And he went off like I attacked Boxing Eagle's personal. No, I did not attack Boxing Eagle personally. I asked about, please reduce speed. What do you think about his bias towards Tank Davis and not explaining the whole situation about the whole history of Snack and Devin's history with Snack? And he went off on me, called me a bitch ass nigga, blocked me, cause like he a bitch. Called me a bitch ass nigga, don't know me from Adam. And then started talking about, oh, you acting like I'm Boxing Eagle's friend and I betrayed him. What are you talking about? I'm not Boxing Eagle's fucking friend. I subscribe to his boxing channel. What? Oh, you gonna turn on him? You gonna turn on me? No, there's nothing to turn on. I'm not. There's no turn to happen. I'm not your motherfucking friend. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? I'm not Boxing Eagle's buddy. I'm not, I'm not a moderator of his. I'm a subscriber. What are you talking about? There's no turning. There's no turning on you because I don't know you like that, homie. What the fuck are you talking about? I don't owe you no loyalty. I don't owe Boxing Eagle no fucking loyalty. What are you talking about? Y'all niggas is crazy on this shit. You boxing YouTube niggas is crazy. I'm not your friend. I don't owe you any loyalty. You've done nothing for me. I've done nothing for you. I might have given you a couple of super chats. So what? I'm not boxing. I don't owe any loyalty to Boxing Eagle. I don't have the relationship with Boxing Eagle to betray him or to turn on him. I don't know that nigga. I called out. I didn't call him. I didn't call Boxing Eagle a bitch. I didn't call him an F word. I didn't do none of that. I called him out on his bias and his reporting of the situation between Tank Davis and Devin Haney. And you attack me personally? You don't know me, motherfucker, from Adam? But you sound like you got a dick in your mouth. That's what you sound like. 78 Sports TV. You sound like when you talk, you got a dick in your mouth. That's a personal fucking attack. I didn't do none of that to Boxing Eagle. But I'm doing that to you now because you called me a bitch ass nigga and it's fair game. You open that motherfucking door. Not that you'll see this video. That's neither here nor there. But when you stop sounding like you got a dick in your mouth then you can talk to me about bitch ass niggas. Understand what I'm talking about? This gangster shit, this gangster persona, I don't give a fuck about none of that. I grew up with gangsters in Compton and motherfucking rolling 60s. I don't give a fuck about a motherfucking gangster. You know what I'm saying? Like that shit don't move me. But anyway, I'm not gonna come at Boxing Ego like that, because Boxing Ego never attacked me personally. And I never attacked Boxing Ego personally. I called him out on his bias. And then 78 Sports TV is acting like I wouldn't call him out on his own fucking channel. Before I came and said something to you, I said I told Boxing Ego that he was being biased. So what the fuck you talking about? I ain't scared of you niggas. I am not scared of any of you YouTube niggas, street niggas. I don't give a fuck what you is. Street nigga, I don't give a fuck you bona fide. I don't give a fuck you spent 20,000 years in prison, motherfucker. I don't give a hot fuck. When I shoot, I got true aim, motherfucker. I don't give a hot fuck. And I got hands. So this gangster shit, I don't give a fuck. So fuck you, nigga. How about that? See how easy that is? I come on YouTube and call niggas bitch ass niggas, and I can say this, that, and the third. It's bullshit. It's bullshit. But I had to get that out there because I don't give a fuck. Understand what I'm saying? I'm gonna say what the fuck I want to say. I'm gonna say what the fuck I want to say, where I want to say it, and I don't give a fuck what you say about it. How about that? But anyway, so Boxing Ego is sounding more and more biased towards not just Tank, but protecting Tank's image as not being a duck, and I don't understand it. And that's why I'm like, is he shilling? Is this a grift? Like, what the fuck is going on here? You know what I'm saying? Is there a credential thing going on? Is there a what could be the move? I don't know. You know, there could be a lot of speculation. But you know, it's just that you know, I just don't understand it. But and then every like video after video he does, it just more and more confirmation for me that Boxing Ego is biased. I can't confirm or say that he's shilling for sure, because that means that he's taking money to present a certain narrative, right, for a certain group or a certain individual. I can't prove that, but what I can say is that he's motherfucking biased. And so what happens? And this is what made me want to do this live stream, because I wasn't going to do it. I was going to leave it alone. I was going to wait till I got to the house to have everything I needed in place to speak on it on my other channel. And, you know, as you guys, well, you guys probably don't know, but Tank Davis bought up some properties on his old block, right? Which is very commendable, very commendable. And I'm like, okay, that's cool.
Please reduce speed.
But in my mind, that ain't got shit to do with boxing. That's a separate thing. That's a separate, you know, that's outside of boxing. So I don't know how anyone could bring it into boxing or make it have anything to do with Devin Haney or at all. And but the Boxing Ego managed to do that, right? So he covers this. He talks about it, and he does a video about it, about Tank Davis buying up properties in his old neighborhood in Baltimore. And he has Devin Haney in the thumbnail. I'm like, what could Devin Haney have to do with Gervonte Tank Davis buying up property in Baltimore? What could Devin Haney have to do with that? Like, what is that? What does Devin Haney have to do with Gervonte Tank Davis buying property and wanting to develop homes for low-income housing? What is it? What was it? This was masterful. This was masterful. Okay. So he's talking about Gervonte Tank Davis buying up this property, and then somehow spins it into, well, Gervonte Tank Davis could not have been ducking Devin Haney because he was too busy buying property. Gervonte Tank Davis couldn't answer the question of, will you fight Devin Haney? Next. Will you present terms? Will you tell your people to get right on it? Make sure you make this fight happen. He couldn't do that because he bought property on his old block. So that's the narrative we're running with. Gervonte Tank Davis cannot be a duck. He can't be ducking Devin Haney because he's buying property. That's when I knew. That's when I knew. That desperate move let me know that Boxing Ego is indeed biased towards Gervonte Tank Davis. Is he shilling for him? I don't know. It wouldn't put it past him. Is he trying to get credentials for the Amazon deal? I have no fucking idea. But what I will say is that there's clear bias there. How in the fuck did you manage to conflate the two? They're separate issues. Yes, it's one boxer. Yes, the person buying up the block happens to be a boxer. But when Nipsey Hussle bought up the property on Crenshaw and Slauson, he was still somehow able to rap. Yes. Nipsey Hussle, God rest his soul, rest in peace, was able to buy up property on one of his blocks and rap at the same. He was able to put out property. He was able to put out albums, put out music. Shut up. Put out music, and still, he was able to put out music and still buy up property on Slauson and Crenshaw. Imagine that. But Gervonte Tank Davis can't do it. So, really, what you're saying is,
please reduce speed.
Gervonte Tank Davis does not have the mental bandwidth, the mental capacity to answer a yes or no question, or to get his team to make moves for him on either side at the same time. He can't say, yo, handle this development shit for me. Yo, handle this boxing shit for me. He can't do that. No, because he doesn't have the mental bandwidth. Maybe Eddie Hearn was correct. Maybe Eddie Hearn was right. Maybe he's just slow. I don't know. Maybe he's too slow to answer the question of, will you fight Devin Haney and buy property at the same time? Because, you know, he doesn't have a team, right? He doesn't have people working for him that can do either things or both. He doesn't, no, he doesn't, Gervonte Davis, he doesn't have the business acumen to say, oh, let me delegate some duties and some tasks to other motherfuckers. Because, I don't know. I mean, is Tank putting on tools? Is he, what is he? Is he doing the demolition himself? Does he have a sledgehammer? Is he out? What is he doing? Is he actually part of the construction? Help me understand how. So Tank Davis was able to get in a dark room and do a 20-minute video, or however long it was.
Please reduce speed.
Shut up. Responding to all the things surrounding Devin Haney and where they're going to fight. He had the capability of doing that. He took time out of his day to go into a dark room and talk about that and say everything but yes, let's set up this fight. He was able to do that How did he have time to do that when he's too busy buying property? Because God knows you can't take 20 minutes you can't have a 20-minute meeting with your team to say, all right, this is what I want. I want to fight Devin Haney. He doesn't have time to brainstorm to find out how he can make this Devin Haney fight work. Get Devin Haney to accept the fight under his terms and give up. You can't do that. You can't take 20 minutes to do that, but you can go into a dark room and talk shit and just speak in talking circles and it just, you know, because you're buying property. This is what Boxing Ego is saying. Because Devin Haney, or because Gervonte Davis is buying property, he can't deal with this boxing shit right now. Oh, I can't deal with my profession. No, I can't deal. No, I can't deal with that. Now, I'm surprised he didn't use the fact that Gervonte Davis was told that he can't start training camp as the excuse. I'm surprised. That would have been made a little more sense for Boxing Ego to say, well, he can't really deal with Devin Haney right now because, you know, the judge says that he can't start training camp. So there's really no point in talking about this Devin Haney fight. That would make more sense. That would make more sense. Oh, that right? Y'all help me understand. That would make more sense. Well, Tank Davis can't deal with Devin Haney because he can't even start training camp. So he doesn't even know when he's going to be able to fight. That's not what you use. No, that's not what you use. You use Gervonte Davis buying property as the reason. You say he can't be bothered with boxing business. Oh, he's not ducking because he's buying property. Yeah. He can't answer Devin Haney right now. He can't answer the fans. He can't answer the real. No. He's buying property. Yeah, no. He ain't got time for that shit. I tell you what, Bobby. I bought property. Granted, I didn't buy as many property as motherfucking Gervonte Davis. But I also don't have a team of people that can handle shit for me. Guess what? When I was buying a house, when I was buying property, I was able to go to work. Yeah. And I was able to have phone discussions. Yeah. I was able to exercise. I was able to spend time with my family. I was able to go to work. I was able to do all those things. But property was being bought, because guess why? I had a real estate agent, and we had escrow agents, we had notary publics, we had lawyers, we had this, that, the third. There's such thing as an escrow agency. There's people that handle it, right? And I don't have the money to hire the people that Gervonte Davis can hire to handle all the shit for me. I was able to go look at property, pick it out, go do walkthroughs of the house. No, all Gervonte Davis had to do was say, you know what? There's a bunch of vacant homes on my own block. Let me call somebody. Yo, lawyer guy. Yo, accountant, manager. Do me a favor. Buy up some property on my old block for me, please. I want to demolish and I want to build. I want to rebuild some homes for affordable housing. That's how you do it when you got money like that. When you make power moves, right? Gervonte Davis was not tied up in motherfucking real estate meetings 24/7. You understand what I'm talking about? He has people that can handle that. He don't know shit about that. That's not his profession. I don't know shit about real estate. That's why I hired a motherfucking real estate agent. I'm an electrician. You want to know about electrical shit? Yeah, I'll tell you about some electrical shit. I can deal with that. That's what I do. I do that for a living. You know what I'm saying? I'm an electrical QA/QC manager who knows how to 3D model and all this type of shit. Yeah, I got the goods. But I don't know shit about.
Please reduce speed.
This next building that we're building. The developers, I don't know what they had to do to buy the fucking area, the lot, and all this other shit, get permits. I don't know about none of that. So what? Let's say I wanted to buy a building, or I wanted to, buy up some land on which to build property. I am going to hire somebody, a real estate agent, to buy some shit for me. And guess what? Because I have expertise in electrical, I can do the electrical work myself. Okay, that's the extent of what I can do with developing a building, with developing property. But guess what? If I had bread, if I had millions of dollars, if I had tens of millions of dollars like Gervonte Davis does, even as an electrician, you think I'm gonna go out? No, I'm not gonna do that. No. If I got the bread, you know what I might do, because that's the type of cat I am. You know what I'm saying? I might actually put my hands on some shit, but it wouldn't just be electrical. I'd want to do all the shit. I would want to help with the carpentry, with the roofing, with the framing. I would want to have my hands on all that shit. And I've done that shit. I've done framing. I've done roofing. You know what I'm saying? It just so happened that electrical was my shit. But I ain't touching nobody's plumbing. Anyway. And listen, this is my problem, right? If boxing ego was stupid, I would not have an issue. Boxing ego is not stupid. Boxing ego has sense. And so that's why I believe Gervonte Davis images. Shit. You know what I'm saying? So like that and that's why I question, that's why I ask, is he shilling for Gervonte Davis? What is going on here? I don't know if he's on it. There's no way for me to confirm whether or not he is, because I don't have the sources out there. I don't have insiders in boxing and shit like that. So I don't know what the fuck's going on. But I think it's just weird. And I have to question why other people aren't calling him out on this shit. But anyway, that's all I got, man. I just wanted to come on here and give my 2 cents on it, because I the fuck felt like it. You know, it is what it is. Much love. Like, share, subscribe. And we're going to keep marching.